Question 1. What is the minimum voting age for federal elections in Canada? A. 16. B. 18. C. 21. D. 25. Answer B. 18. The minimum voting age for federal elections in Canada is 18 years old. Question 2. Who is eligible to vote in Canadian federal elections? A. Any resident of Canada. B. Canadian citizens only. C. Permanent residents of Canada. D. All North American citizens. Answer B. Canadian citizens only. To vote in Canadian federal elections, you must be a Canadian citizen. Question 3. What do Canadians commemorate on July 1st? A. Canada's entry into the United Nations. B. The formation of the Canadian Confederation. C. The signing of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. D. Victory in the Battle of Vimy Ridge. Answer B. The formation of the Canadian Confederation. July 1st is Canada Day, celebrating the anniversary of the formation of the Union of the British North America provinces into a single country, Canada, in 1867. Question 4. What is the significance of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? A. It outlines Canada's economic policies. B. It contains the rules for Canadian military engagement. C. It provides the freedoms and rights for Canadian citizens. D. It details the Canadian healthcare system. Answer C. It provides the freedoms and rights for Canadian citizens. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms establishes the rights and freedoms that Canadians believe are necessary in a free and democratic society. Question 5. Which of the following is a responsibility of Canadian citizenship? A. Voting in provincial elections. B. Serving in the Canadian Armed Forces. C. Voting in municipal elections. D. A and C only. Answer D. A and C only. Voting in provincial and municipal elections is a civic responsibility of Canadian citizens. While serving in the Canadian Armed Forces is a noble service, it is voluntary and not a legal responsibility of all citizens. Question 6. What is the highest court in Canada? A. The Supreme Court of Canada. B. The Federal Court of Canada. C. The Court of Queen's Bench. D. The Provincial Superior Court. Answer A. The Supreme Court of Canada. It is the final court of appeal, the last judicial resort for all litigants, whether individuals or governments. Question 7. What legal rights are guaranteed by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? A. The right to a fair trial. B. The right to freedom of speech. C. The right to live and work anywhere in Canada. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. The Charter guarantees fundamental freedoms, democratic rights, mobility rights, legal rights, equality rights, and language rights. Question 8. In Canada, the law prohibits private actions that harm the public at large. What is this known as? A. Public injury law. B. Criminal law. C. Civil law. D. Statutory law. Answer B. Criminal law. It deals with actions that are offenses against the public order. Question 9. Who is considered innocent until proven guilty in Canada? A. Anyone accused of breaking the law. B. Anyone who can prove they have a good character. C. Anyone who pleads not guilty. D. Only Canadian citizens. Answer A. Anyone accused of breaking the law. The presumption of innocence is a fundamental principle of the Canadian justice system. Question 10. How are judges appointed in Canada? A. By the Queen of England. B. By the Prime Minister. C. By a vote of the Canadian people. D. Through a judicial appointment process. Answer D. Through a judicial appointment process. Judges are appointed through a rigorous process that includes examination of their qualifications and experience. Question 11. What is the national winter sport of Canada? A. Lacrosse. B. Basketball. C. Ice hockey. D. Curling. Answer C. Ice hockey. Ice hockey is considered the national winter sport of Canada and is deeply ingrained in Canadian culture. Question 12. Which of the following animals is an official symbol of Canada's sovereignty over the North? A. Beaver. B. Moose. C. Canadian horse. D. Polar bear. Answer D. Polar bear. The polar bear is recognized as a symbol of Canada's sovereignty in the North. Question 13. What is the official motto of Canada? A. From sea to sea. B. Strong and free. C. Peace, order, and good government. D. A merry usk ad mare. Answer D. A merry usk ad mare. This Latin phrase means from sea to sea and is the official motto of Canada. Question 14. The maple leaf on the Canadian flag has how many points? A. 9. B. 10. C. 11. D. 12. Answer C. 11. The maple leaf on the Canadian flag has 11 points. Question 15. Which official symbol of Canada was adopted in 1965? A. The national anthem. B. The coat of arms. C. The national flag. D. The beaver as a national emblem. Answer C. The national flag. The national flag of Canada, often simply referred to as the maple leaf, was officially adopted in 1965. Question 16. In Canada, the responsibility for removing snow from public sidewalks generally falls to A. Federal government. B. Municipal government. C. Provincial government. D. The individual homeowner. Answer D. The individual homeowner. While it varies by municipality, it is commonly the responsibility of the homeowner or occupant to remove snow from sidewalks adjacent to their property. Question 17. Jury duty is a responsibility of Canadian citizenship. If you are called to serve, what is expected of you? A. To serve if it does not conflict with your job. B. To serve if you are familiar with the law. C. To serve if you agree with the case. D. To serve when summoned, unless you have a valid excuse. Answer D. To serve when summoned, unless you have a valid excuse. Jury duty is a civic obligation, and when summoned, you are expected to serve unless you have a legitimate reason that exempts you. Question 18. Volunteering in the community is an essential part of Canadian citizenship. Which of the following is a reason why volunteering is important? A. It is a legal requirement for all citizens. B. It helps to contribute to the common good. C. It reduces taxes for the volunteer. D. It is a necessary step for political participation. Answer B. It helps to contribute to the common goodie. Volunteering is not legally required, but it is an important way for citizens to contribute to the community and the common goodie. Question 19. As a Canadian citizen, what is your responsibility regarding the laws of the country? A. To know all the laws by heart. B. To challenge and protest any law you disagree with. C. To obey the laws even if you disagree with them. D. To vote on each law individually. Answer C. To obey the laws even if you disagree with them. It is the responsibility of every citizen to obey the laws of the country, even if they have a personal disagreement with them. Question 20. Voting in elections is a key responsibility of Canadian citizens. What age must you be to vote in federal elections? A. 16. B. 18. C. 21. D. 25. Answer B. 18. Canadian citizens who are 18 years of age or older on election day are eligible to vote in federal elections. Question 21. What is a common form of civic participation in Canada? A. Shopping at local businesses. B. Engaging in paid employment. C. Volunteering for community services. D. Purchasing a new home. Answer C. Volunteering for community services. Volunteering is a key aspect of civic participation in Canada, contributing to the welfare of the community and helping to build a strong and cohesive society. Question 22. How can Canadians participate in the democratic process besides voting? A. By watching political debates. B. By running for public office. C. By solely signing petitions. D. By using social media. Answer B. By running for public office. While all the options may be forms of engagement, running for public office is a direct and active way to participate in Canada's democratic process. Question 23. What is one way for Canadians to contribute to environmental protection as a civic responsibility? A. Investing in the stock market. B. Participating in or organizing community cleanups. C. Starting a private business. D. Traveling abroad for awareness. Answer B. Participating in or organizing community cleanups. This activity is a civic action that directly contributes to protecting and improving the environment. Question 24. What role do public consultations play in Canadian civic life? A. They are a form of entertainment. B. They provide job opportunities. C. They are a platform for civic education. D. They allow citizens to express their views on public policies. Answer D. They allow citizens to express their views on public policies. Public consultations are an important tool for civic participation, as they give citizens a voice in the decision-making process of government. Question 25. What is an example of civic participation at the local community or municipal level? A. Using public transportation. B. Attending city council meetings. C. Shopping at a local grocery store. D. Walking in a public park. Answer B. Attending city council meetings. By attending these meetings, citizens can stay informed and involved in local governance and community affairs. Question 26. What does it mean to serve on a jury in Canada? A. It is a volunteer position to oversee local events. B. It is a mandatory service for all citizens over 18. C. It is a paid job offered by the government. D. It is a civic duty when called upon as part of the legal system. Answer D. It is a civic duty when called upon as part of the legal system. Serving on a jury when summoned is a responsibility for Canadian citizens, playing a critical role in the justice system. Question 27. How can young Canadians engage in civic activities? A. By joining age-appropriate community groups. B. By focusing solely on their studies. C. By waiting until they reach the voting age. D. By exclusively participating in sports. Answer A. By joining age-appropriate community groups. Engaging in community groups allows young Canadians to contribute to society and learn about civic responsibility. Question 28. Which of the following is a way to demonstrate civic responsibility through communication? A. Texting friends about personal matters. B. Writing a letter to elected officials about a community issue. C. Posting personal vacation photos online. D. Reading news articles in private. Answer B. Writing a letter to elected officials about a community issue. This is a direct method of civic engagement, aiming to influence decision-making on public concerns. Question 29. Why is it important for Canadian citizens to pay taxes? A. Taxes are optional contributions for those who can afford them. B. Paying taxes is a way of purchasing citizenship. C. Taxes fund public services and infrastructure. D. Taxes only apply to businesses and not individual citizens. Answer C. Taxes fund public services and infrastructure. The payment of taxes by citizens is essential for the maintenance and development of public services that benefit society as a whole. Question 30. In the context of civic participation, what does being informed mean? A. Keeping up to date with celebrity news. B. Knowing about local sales and discounts. C. Staying updated on public affairs and government policies. D. Being aware of international travel advisories. Answer C. Staying updated on public affairs and government policies. Being informed in this context means understanding the issues that affect the community and country, which is vital for meaningful civic participation. Question 31. Which indigenous peoples are primarily associated with the Arctic region of Canada? A. Iroquois. B. Inuit. C. Métis. D. Haida. Answer B. Inuit. The Inuit are a group of culturally similar indigenous peoples inhabiting the Arctic regions of Greenland, Canada, and Alaska. Question 32. The term First Nations refers to A. Only the indigenous peoples in the Northern Territories of Canada. B. All indigenous peoples regardless of where they live in Canada. C. The status and non-status Indian peoples in Canada. D. Only the indigenous peoples who have signed treaties with the Canadian government. Answer C. The status and non-status Indian peoples in Canada. First Nations is a term that came into common usage in the 1970s to replace the term Indian Band and refers specifically to Indigenous peoples of Canada, who are neither Inuit nor Métis. Question 33. The historical event known as the Potlatch Ban was aimed at which group of Indigenous peoples? A. The Plains Cree. B. The Blackfoot Confederacy. C. The Coast Salish. D. The Kwakwaka'wakw. Answer D. The Kwakwaka'wakw. The Potlatch Ban was part of an amendment to the Indian Act from 1884 to 1951, aimed at the Kwakwaka'wakw of the Pacific Northwest, although it affected other groups as well. Question 34. Which indigenous peoples are known for their expertise in canoe building and for living in the eastern woodlands of Canada? A. The Anishinaabe. B. The Micmac. C. The Huron-Wendat. D. The Den. Answer A. The Anishinaabe. The Anishinaabe, also known as the Ojibwe, are known for their birch bark canoes and inhabit the eastern woodlands and Great Lakes region. Question 35. The historical agreement known as Treaty 7 was signed by the Canadian Crown and several indigenous peoples, including A. The Cree. B. The Blackfoot Confederacy. C. The Haida. D. The Micmac. Answer B. The Blackfoot Confederacy. Treaty 7 was signed in 1877 by the Canadian Crown and various First Nations of the Blackfoot Confederacy. Question 36. Residential schools in Canada were primarily established to A. Provide education to Indigenous children. B. Encourage cultural assimilation of Indigenous peoples into Euro-Canadian society. C. Offer vocational training. D. Improve healthcare among Indigenous communities. Answer B. Encourage cultural assimilation of Indigenous peoples into Euro-Canadian society. The main objective of residential schools was to assimilate Indigenous children and erase their native cultures and languages. Question 37. The term Métis refers to people of mixed European and Indigenous ancestry, and their culture draws heavily on the traditions of A. British and Inuit. B. French and Algonquian. C. Spanish and Cree. D. Dutch and Mohawk. Answer B. French and Algonquian. The Métis people originated in the mid-17th century when French and British colonists mixed with Indigenous peoples, such as the Cree, Ojibwe, Algonquin, and others. Question 38. Which Indigenous leader played a significant role in the Northwest Rebellion of 1885? A. Pontiac. B. Tecumseh. C. Louis Riel. D. Sitting Bull. Answer C. Louis Riel. Louis Riel was a Métis leader who led two resistance movements against the Canadian government and its first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald. Question 39. The Haudenosaunee Confederacy, also known as the Iroquois Confederacy, is best known for A. The creation of the Inuksuq. B. The Three Sisters agricultural practices. C. The potlatch ceremony. D. The sun dance ritual. Answer B. The Three Sisters agricultural practices. The Haudenosaunee Confederacy used companion planting known as the Three Sisters, corn, beans, and squash, as a sustainable system of agriculture. Question 40. Which legal document first acknowledged the rights of Indigenous peoples in Canada? A. The Constitution Act of 1982. B. The British North America Act of 1867. C. The Royal Proclamation of 1763. D. The Indian Act of 1876. Answer C. The Royal Proclamation of 1763. The Royal Proclamation of 1763 is one of the first documents to outline the treatment of Indigenous peoples by the Crown in North America, setting a foundation for their rights. Question 41. Who founded the city of Quebec in 1608, establishing the first permanent French settlement in Canada? A. John Cabot. B. Jacques Cartier. C. Samuel de Champlain. D. John A. Macdonald. Answer C. Samuel de Champlain. Samuel de Champlain founded Quebec and is often called the father of New France. Question 42. The British conquest of New France was concluded with the signing of which treaty? A. Treaty of Utrecht. B. Treaty of Versailles. C. Treaty of Paris. D. Treaty of Westminster. Answer C. Treaty of Paris. The Treaty of Paris in 1763 ended the 7 Years' War and resulted in British dominance over French territories in Canada. Question 43. The Royal Proclamation of 1763, issued by King George I, is significant for what reason? A. It granted independence to Canada. B. It established the Hudson's Bay Company. C. It laid the foundation for the administration of the newly acquired French territory. D. It was the first Constitution of Canada. Answer C. It laid the foundation for the administration of the newly acquired French territory. The Royal Proclamation set out guidelines for European settlement of Aboriginal territories in what is now North America. Question 44. Which economic activity was the main focus of early French settlers in Canada? A. Gold mining. B. Fur trade. C. Fishing. D. Tobacco farming. Answer B. Fur trade. The fur trade was central to the early economy of French settlers and was the main reason for the establishment of New France. Question 45. What was the significance of the Battle of the Plains of Abraham? A. It was a decisive victory for the French forces. B. It marked the end of the American Revolution. C. It was a key battle in which the British secured the defeat of French forces in Canada. D. It initiated the start of the 7 Years' War. Answer C. It was a key battle in which the British secured the defeat of French forces in Canada. The Battle of the Plains of Abraham in 1759 was a pivotal point in the British conquest of New France. Question 46. The Acadians were deported from Nova Scotia in the mid-18th century during what event? A. The Acadian expulsion. B. The Great Migration. C. The Quebec Act implementation. D. The American War of Independence. Answer A. The Acadian expulsion, also known as the Great Upheaval. It was a series of campaigns by the British to remove the Acadian people from Nova Scotia. Question 47. What was the primary reason for the settlement of British loyalists in Canada post-American Revolution? A. Seeking religious freedom. B. Looking for new trade opportunities. C. Fleeing the new American Republic due to loyalty to the British Crown. D. Exploration of the Northwest Passage. Answer C. Fleeing the new American Republic due to loyalty to the British Crown. Loyalists were American colonists who remained loyal to the British Crown and settled in Canada to avoid persecution in the United States. Question 48. Which explorer is credited with claiming the land that is now Canada for the British Crown in 1497? A. Ferdinand Magellan. B. Christopher Columbus. C. Jacques Cartier. D. John Cabot. Answer D. John Cabot. John Cabot, under the commission of King Henry VII of England, landed on the east coast of Canada in 1497 and claimed it for England. Question 49. In 1627, the Company of 100 Associates was formed to manage the colony of New France. What was their main task? A. To explore the Western Territories. B. To promote settlement and development in New France. C. To govern the established British colonies. D. To start the first Canadian bank. Answer B. To promote settlement and development in New France. The company was formed to manage the settlement of New France and promote its development and the fur trade. Question 50. The Quebec Act of 1774 is known for which of the following? A. It required the assimilation of French Canadians into British culture. B. It granted official recognition of French civil law and guaranteed religious freedom to French Canadians. C. It was the act that created the province of Quebec. D. It declared war on the American colonies. Answer B. It granted official recognition of French civil law and guaranteed religious freedom to French Canadians. The Quebec Act provided accommodations for the French Canadian population in response to their resistance to assimilation policies. Question 51. When did the Canadian Confederation take place? A. July 1, 1865. B. July 1, 1867. C. July 1, 1870. D. July 1, 1875. Answer B. July 1, 1867. The Canadian Confederation occurred on July 1, 1867, when the three colonies of the province of Canada, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick were united into one Dominion of Canada. Question 52. Who is considered the father of Confederation? A. George Brown. B. Sir George Acing Cartier. C. Sir John A. Macdonald. D. Thomas D'Arcy McKee. Answer C. Sir John A. Macdonald. D. Sir John A. Macdonald was the first Prime Minister of Canada and is often called the Father of Confederation for his role in bringing about the union of the provinces. Question 53. Which document is the legal foundation of the governmental system in Canada? A. The Articles of Confederation. B. The British North America Act. C. The Canada Act. D. The Constitution Act. Answer B. The British North America Act. The British North America Act, 1867, now known as the Constitution Act, 1867, is the legal foundation for the establishment of Canada and its government. Question 54. Which province was the first to join after the original Confederation of 1867? A. British Columbia. B. Manitoba. C. Prince Edward Island. D. Quebec. Answer B. Manitoba. Manitoba was the first province to join the Canadian Confederation after the original Union in 1867, becoming a province on July 15, 1870. Question 55. What was the primary reason for the colonies to unite into Confederation? A. Economic stability. B. Military defense. C. Cultural similarities. D. Geographic convenience. Answer A. Economic stability. Economic factors, including the desire for economic stability and the expansion of trade, were primary reasons for the colonies to unite. Question 56. The Charlottetown Conference of 1864 was initially intended to discuss the union of which colonies? A. The Maritime Colonies. B. The Province of Canada and the Maritime Colonies. C. All British North American colonies. D. The Province of Canada only. Answer A. The maritime colonies. The Charlottetown Conference was initially planned to discuss the possible union of the maritime colonies. However, it set the stage for the broader Confederation talks. Question 57. What was a significant incentive for British Columbia to join Canada? A. The construction of the Transcontinental Railway. B. The promise of a warm water port. C. The discovery of gold. D. The British North America Act benefits. Answer A. The construction of the Transcontinental Railway. British Columbia was promised the construction of a railway to the Pacific coast as an incentive to join Confederation. Question 58. What was the immediate effect of Confederation on the government structure? A. Establishment of a monarchy. B. Creation of a federal system of government. C. Formation of a unitary state. D. Dissolution of colonial governments. Answer B. Creation of a federal system of government. The Confederation led to the creation of a federal system of government, dividing powers between the central government and the provinces. Question 59. Which of the following leaders played a key role in bringing Manitoba into Confederation? A. Louis Riel. B. John Graves Simcoe. C. William McDougall. D. Sir Charles Tupper. Answer A. Louis Riel. Louis Riel was instrumental in representing the Métis people and their interests, leading to the establishment of Manitoba as a province in Confederation. Question 60. What was the significance of the Quebec Conference in 1864? A. It was where the decision to unite Canada was made. B. It was the first meeting between the province of Canada and the maritime colonies. C. It resulted in the 72 resolutions outlining the framework for Confederation. D. It led to the immediate admission of Quebec into Confederation. Answer C. It resulted in the 72 resolutions outlining the framework for Confederation. The Quebec Conference was where the delegates from the colonies agreed on the 72 resolutions, which outlined the basis for uniting the British North American colonies. Question 61. What is considered the driving force behind Canada's economic expansion in the late 19th century? A. Fur trading. B. Gold mining. C. Railway construction. D. Shipbuilding. Answer C. Railway construction. The construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway was a monumental task that united the country economically and geographically, leading to significant economic expansion. Question 62. Which Canadian province was the last to join Confederation in 1949? A. Alberta. B. Newfoundland and Labrador. C. Prince Edward Island. D. British Columbia. Answer B. Newfoundland and Labrador. Newfoundland and Labrador was the last province to join the Canadian Confederation in 1949. Question 63. The Klondike Gold Rush had a significant impact on the economy of which region of Canada? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Yukon. D. Nova Scotia. Answer C. Yukon. The Klondike Gold Rush in the late 1890s brought thousands of prospectors to the Yukon, greatly impacting its economy and population. Question 64. Who is known as the Father of Manitoba for his role in its entry into Confederation? A. John A. Macdonald. B. George Acing Cartier. C. Louis Riel. D. Wilfrid Laurier. Answer C. Louis Riel. Louis Riel was instrumental in Manitoba's establishment as a province and is often referred to as the Father of Manitoba. Question 65. Which major event led to a significant influx of immigrants to Canada in the early 20th century? A. The American Revolution. B. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. C. The Great Depression. D. World War I. Answer B. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad made transportation and migration much easier, leading to an influx of immigrants to Canada. Question 66. What term is used to describe the period of rapid industrialization and urbanization in Canada at the turn of the 20th century? A. The Industrial Leap. B. The Canadian Boom. C. The Roaring Twenties. D. The Great Expansion. Answer D. The Great Expansion. This period saw Canada transform from a rural economy to an urban and industrial one. Question 67. Which Canadian Prime Minister introduced the national policy in 1879 to support domestic industry? A. Sir Wilfrid Laurier. B. Sir Robert Borden. C. Sir John A. Macdonald. D. William Liam Mackenzie King. Answer C. Sir John A. Macdonald. The national policy was a central economic and political strategy of Sir John A. Macdonald. Question 68. In which year did Canada gain complete legislative independence from the United Kingdom? A. 1867. B. 1931. C. 1982. D. 1967. Answer B. 1931. The Statute of Westminster granted full legislative independence to Canada in 1931. Question 69. Which Canadian invention during the Second World War played a crucial role in the Allied victory? A. The telephone. B. The jetliner. C. The walkie-talkie. D. Insulin. Answer C. The walkie-talkie. The development of the walkie-talkie greatly enhanced communication on the battlefield. Question 70. The Quiet Revolution refers to a period of intense change in which province during the 1960s? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. British Columbia. Answer B. Quebec. The Quiet Revolution was a period of rapid secularization, socio-economic change, and political reform in Quebec. Question 71. What is the significance of the Constitution Act of 1982? A. It marked the beginning of Canada's Confederation. B. It established the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. C. It declared Canada's independence from France. D. It was the first act passed by the Canadian Parliament. Answer B. It established the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The Constitution Act of 1982 patriated the Canadian Constitution, previously held in Britain, and included the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which guarantees fundamental rights and liberties for Canadians. Question 72. When did Canada officially become bilingual and bicultural? A. 1969. B. 1971. C. 1980. D. 1988. Answer A. 1969. Canada officially became bilingual and bicultural with the passing of the Official Languages Act in 1969, which recognized English and French as the official languages. Question 73. Which Prime Minister introduced the policy of multiculturalism in Canada? A. Lester B. Pearson. B. Pierre Trudeau. C. Brian Mulroney. D. Stephen Harper. Answer B. Pierre Trudeau. Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau introduced the policy of multiculturalism in 1971, promoting the idea that all citizens are equal and can maintain their identities, take pride in their ancestry, and have a sense of belonging. Question 74. The October Crisis of 1970 was a response to the kidnapping of which political figures? A. Pierre Trudeau and René Lévesque. B. James Cross and Pierre Laporte. C. James Ration and Brian Mulroney. D. Lester B. Pearson and John Diefenbaker. Answer B. James Cross and Pierre Laporte. The October Crisis occurred when members of the FLQ, Front de Libération du Québec, kidnapped British diplomat James Cross and Quebec Labour Minister Pierre Laporte. Question 75. Which event in 1980 was significant for the movement for Quebec sovereignty? A. The Quebec Act. B. The Meech Lake Accord. C. The first referendum on Quebec sovereignty. D. The Quiet Revolution. Answer C. The first referendum on Quebec sovereignty. In 1980, the first referendum was held to decide if Quebec should pursue a path towards sovereign status. The proposal was defeated. Question 76. The Meech Lake Accord of 1987 aimed to A. Revise the Canadian Constitution to accommodate Quebec's demands. B. Establish English as the only official language of Canada. C. Initiate free trade between Canada and the United States. D. Settle land claims with Indigenous peoples. Answer A. Revise the Canadian Constitution to accommodate Quebec's demands. The Meech Lake Accord was an attempt to persuade Quebec to endorse the 1982 constitutional amendment by recognizing it as a distinct society. Question 77. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Canada? A. Kim Campbell. B. Michael Jean. C. Adrienne Clarkson. D. Elizabeth May. Answer A. Kim Campbell. Kim Campbell served as the 19th Prime Minister of Canada in 1993, making her the first, and so far, the only female Prime Minister of Canada. Question 78. The Charlottetown Accord of 1992 was A. A successful amendment to the Canadian Constitution. B. A treaty with Indigenous groups. C. An attempt to gain Quebec's formal acceptance of the Constitution. D. A defense pact with the United States. Answer C. An attempt to gain Quebec's formal acceptance of the Constitution. The Charlottetown Accord was a comprehensive package of constitutional amendments, including the recognition of Quebec as a distinct society, but was rejected by a national referendum. Question 79. In which year did Canada celebrate its 100th anniversary? A. 1967. B. 1977. C. 1987. D. 1997. Answer A. 1967. Canada celebrated its centennial in 1967, marking 100 years since Confederation in 1867. Question 80. The Canadian flag featuring the maple leaf was officially adopted in what year? A. 1965. B. 1975. C. 1985. D. 1995. Answer A. 1965. The Canadian flag, known as the maple leaf, was inaugurated on February 15, 1965. Question 81. Who is known as the father of Medicare in Canada? A. Pierre Trudeau. B. Tommy Douglas. C. Lester B. Pearson. D. Jean Chrétien. Answer B. Tommy Douglas. Tommy Douglas, the Premier of Saskatchewan, is considered the father of Medicare for his role in introducing the first single-payer, universal healthcare program in Canada. Question 82. The Free Trade Agreement, FTA, between Canada and the United States was signed under which Prime Minister? A. Pierre Trudeau. B. John Turner. C. Brian Mulroney. D. Jean Chrétien. Answer C. Brian Mulroney. Prime Minister Brian Mulroney signed the Canada-United States Free Trade Agreement in 1988. Question 83. What was the significance of the Oka Crisis of 1990? A. It was a protest against Quebec's language laws. B. It was a dispute over free trade agreements. C. It highlighted Indigenous land rights and grievances. D. It revolved around the partition of Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer C. It highlighted Indigenous land rights and grievances. The Oka Crisis was a land dispute between a group of Mohawk people and the town of Oka, Quebec, and became a national concern over Indigenous land rights and police conduct. Question 84. The Residential Schools Settlement Agreement of 2007 provided what to the survivors of the system? A. A formal apology from the Prime Minister. B. Financial compensation and funding for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. C. A return of their ancestral lands. D. New legislation for indigenous autonomy. Answer B. Financial compensation and funding for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The settlement agreement provided financial compensation to survivors and established the Truth and Reconciliation Commission to document the experiences of those affected. Question 85. In what year did Canada officially apologize for the internment of Japanese Canadians during World War II? A. 1980. B. 1988. C. 1992. D. 1998. Answer B. 1988. The Canadian government formally apologized in 1988 for the wartime internment of Japanese Canadians and provided compensation to survivors. Question 86. Who was the Canadian Prime Minister during the majority of World War II? A. William Lyon Mackenzie King. B. R. B. Bennett. C. Lester B. Pearson. D. Pierre Trudeau. Answer A. William Lyon Mackenzie King. He served as Prime Minister from 1935 to 1948, which includes the World War II period. Question 87. When was same-sex marriage legalized across Canada? A. 2003. B. 2005. C. 2010. D. 2015. Answer B. 2005. Same-sex marriage was legalized across Canada with the enactment of the Civil Marriage Act on July 20, 2005. Question 88. The term Trudeaumania refers to A. A national economic boom in the 1980s. B. The popularity of Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau in the late 1960s and early 1970s. C. The surge in Canadian pop culture during the 1990s. D. The impact of Justin Trudeau's election campaign in 2015. Answer B. The popularity of Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Trudeaumania was a term used to describe the charismatic appeal and popularity of Pierre Trudeau when he first became Prime Minister. Question 89. Which Prime Minister officially decriminalized homosexuality in Canada? A. John Diefenbaker. B. Pierre Trudeau. C. Brian Mulroney. D. Jean Chrétien. Answer B. Pierre Trudeau. As Justice Minister, Trudeau played a key role in the 1969 decriminalization of homosexual acts between consenting adults with the phrase, "There's no place for the state in the bedrooms of the nation." Question 90. What was the name of the agreement signed in 1985 that aimed to reform women's rights in Canada, including employment equality? A. The Employment Equality Act. B. The Equality for Women Statute. C. The Canadian Charter of Rights for Women. D. The Employment Equity Act. Answer D. The Employment Equity Act. The Employment Equity Act of 1985 aimed to correct conditions of disadvantage in employment experienced by women, Aboriginal peoples, persons with disabilities, and visible minorities. Question 91. What is the largest industry in Canada by GDP? A. Agriculture. B. Automotive. C. Real estate. D. Oil and gas. Answer C. Real estate. The real estate industry, along with leasing and rental activities, forms a significant part of Canada's GDP, reflecting the importance of property ownership and development in the country. Question 92. Canada is one of the world's largest producers of which natural resource? A. Gold. B. Uranium. C. Diamonds. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Canada is among the global leaders in the production of all these natural resources, reflecting the country's rich and diverse geological landscape. Question 93. Which trade agreement includes Canada, the United States, and Mexico? A. North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. B. Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA. C. Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. D. United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. Answer D. United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. This agreement replaced NAFTA and governs trade between the three countries, highlighting the interconnected nature of North American economies. Question 94. What is the primary regulatory body for Canada's financial industry? A. The Canadian Securities Administrators, CSA. B. The Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, OSI. C. The Bank of Canada. D. The Canada Revenue Agency, CRA. Answer B. The Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, OSI. The OSI is tasked with overseeing and regulating the financial institutions and pension plans to determine their financial soundness and compliance with governing laws. Question 95. Which Canadian province is the largest producer of oil and gas? A. British Columbia. B. Alberta. C. Saskatchewan. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer B. Alberta. The province of Alberta is known for its vast oil sands and is the leading producer of oil and natural gas in Canada. Question 96. What is the term used to describe the period of rapid expansion in the Canadian economy due to technological innovation in the early 21st century? A. Economic Renaissance. B. The digital boom. C. The tech surge. D. Silicon Valley North. Answer C. The tech surge. This term describes the significant growth in Canada's technology sector, particularly in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. Question 97. Canada is the world's largest exporter of which agricultural product? A. Soybeans. B. Canola. C. Wheat. D. Maple syrup. Answer B. Canola. Canada is the world's largest exporter of canola, which is used globally for various purposes, including cooking oil and animal feed. Question 98. What initiative is aimed at making Canada a more competitive knowledge-based economy? A. Investing in Innovation Program. B. The Canada Foundation for Innovation. C. Economic Action Plan. D. Canadian Technology Accelerators. Answer B. The Canada Foundation for Innovation. This initiative funds research infrastructure to bolster Canada's capability to carry out world-class scientific research. Question 99. Which of these sectors is a significant part of Canada's export economy? A. Technology. B. Pharmaceuticals. C. Forestry. D. Textiles. Answer C. Forestry. Canada's forestry sector is a major contributor to the national export economy, capitalizing on the country's vast forest resources. Question 100. In which field has Canada emerged as a world leader, prompting a rise in international students and research investments? A. Space exploration. B. Artificial intelligence. C. Renewable energy. D. Marine biology. Answer B. Artificial intelligence. Canada has become a hub for AI research and development, drawing in students and investment from around the globe. Question 101. What is the largest province in Canada by land area? A. Ontario. B. British Columbia. C. Quebec. D. Alberta. Answer C. Quebec. Quebec is the largest province by area in Canada, with an area of over 5 million square kilometers. Question 102. Which Canadian region is known for its significant oil and gas production? A. The Atlantic Provinces. B. The Prairie Provinces. C. Northern Territories. D. Central Canada. Answer B. The Prairie Provinces. Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba are known for their extensive natural resources, including oil and gas. Question 103. What is the most densely populated province in Canada? A. Prince Edward Island. B. Ontario. C. Quebec. D. Alberta. Answer B. Ontario. Ontario is the most populous province in Canada and has the highest population density among the provinces. Question 104. Which region of Canada is known for its French-speaking majority and distinct culture? A. Atlantic Canada. B. Quebec. C. Western Canada. D. The Northern Territories. Answer B. Quebec. Quebec has a French-speaking majority and a unique culture that differentiates it from the rest of Canada. Question 105. The territory of Nunavut was created in 1999 to provide greater autonomy for which indigenous group? A. The Cree. B. The Métis. C. The Inuit. D. The First Nations. Answer C. The Inuit. Nunavut was created to recognize the Inuit people's land claims and provide them with self-governance. Question 106. Which Canadian province is the smallest by land area? A. Nova Scotia. B. Prince Edward Island. C. New Brunswick. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer B. Prince Edward Island. PEI is the smallest province in terms of land area. Question 107. British Columbia's economy is diverse, but which industry is historically significant for the province? A. Technology. B. Forestry. C. Agriculture. D. Oil and gas. Answer B. Forestry. BC's economy has historically been heavily reliant on the forestry industry, though it is diversifying. Question 108. The Atlantic provinces are known for which type of industry? A. Automotive. B. Aerospace. C. Fisheries. D. Information technology. Answer C. Fisheries. The Atlantic provinces have a long history of fishing and fish processing. Question 109. What natural feature largely defines the geography of the Northern Territories? A. Lakes. B. Prairies. C. Mountains. D. Tundra. Answer D. Tundra. The Northern Territories are well known for their vast expanses of tundra. Question 110. Central Canada typically refers to which provinces? A. Ontario and Quebec. B. Saskatchewan and Manitoba. C. Alberta and British Columbia. D. New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Answer A. Ontario and Quebec. These are the most populous and economically influential provinces and are often referred to as Central Canada. Question 111. In 2005, Canada became the first country outside Europe and the fourth country in the world to legalize what? A. Medical marijuana. B. Same-sex marriage. C. Online voting in general elections. D. The commercial sale of genetically modified food. Answer B. Same-sex marriage. Canada made a significant step in human rights by becoming the fourth country globally to legalize same-sex marriage nationwide with the enactment of the Civil Marriage Act. Question 112. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada, established in 2008, deals with the aftermath of which historical Canadian policy? A. The Chinese head tax. B. Residential schools for Indigenous children. C. The War Measures Act. D. The October Crisis. Answer B. Residential schools for Indigenous children. The commission was established as a means of facilitating reconciliation among former students of residential schools, their families, their communities, and all Canadians. Question 113. Which Canadian city hosted the Winter Olympic Games in 2010? A. Calgary. B. Toronto. C. Vancouver. D. Montreal. Answer C. Vancouver. Vancouver hosted the 2010 Winter Olympics, an event that showcased Canada on the world stage and was celebrated for its high level of participation and organization. Question 114. Canada's anti-spam legislation, CASL, came into effect in which year? A. 2003. B. 2010. C. 2014. D. 2017. Answer C. 2014. Canada's anti-spam legislation, CASL, is one of the world's most stringent anti-spam laws, which came into effect on July 1, 2014. Question 115. In 2016, which city in Alberta was significantly affected by a massive wildfire, leading to a large-scale evacuation? A. Edmonton. B. Calgary. C. Fort McMurray. D. Red Deer. Answer C. Fort McMurray. The Fort McMurray wildfire led to the evacuation of over 80,000 people, making it one of the largest evacuations in Canadian history. Question 116. What significant legislative change occurred in Canada on October 17, 2018? A. Legalization of euthanasia. B. Legalization of cannabis for recreational use. C. Ban on single-use plastics. D. Introduction of a carbon tax. Answer B. Legalization of cannabis for recreational use. Canada became the second country worldwide to legalize the possession and use of recreational cannabis. Question 117. The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, which replaced NAFTA, was signed in what year? A. 2015. B. 2018. C. 2019. D. 2021. Answer B. 2018. The USMCA was signed on November 30, 2018, although it came into effect on July 1, 2020. Question 118. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Canadian government introduced which financial support measure for individuals? A. Employment Insurance Reform. B. The Canada Emergency Response Benefit, CERB. C. Universal Basic Income. D. Temporary Foreign Workers Program Expansion. Answer B. The Canada Emergency Response Benefit, CERB. CERB was introduced to provide financial support to employed and self-employed Canadians who were directly affected by COVID-19. Question 119. Which pipeline project has been a subject of national debate in Canada due to environmental and Indigenous rights issues? A. Keystone XL. B. Trans Mountain Expansion. C. Energy East. D. Northern Gateway. Answer B. Trans Mountain Expansion. The Trans Mountain Expansion project has faced significant opposition and legal challenges from environmental groups and some Indigenous communities. Question 120. In 2021, which Canadian residential school site revealed unmarked graves, leading to national and international attention to the issue of Indigenous residential schools? A. Mohawk Institute Residential School. B. Kamloops Indian Residential School. C. Shubenacadie Indian Residential School. D. Brandon Indian Residential School. Answer B. Kamloops Indian Residential School. The discovery of unmarked graves at the Kamloops Indian Residential School site brought renewed focus to the history and legacy of residential schools in Canada. Question 121. What is the minimum age requirement to vote in a federal election in Canada? A. 16 years old. B. 18 years old. C. 21 years old. D. 25 years old. Answer B. 18 years old. According to the Canada Elections Act, Canadian citizens who are 18 years of age or older on polling day are eligible to vote. Question 122. How often are federal elections typically held in Canada? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. Every 6 years. Answer C. Every 5 years. Federal elections in Canada are typically scheduled for the third Monday in October every 4 years, but the government's term is officially 5 years from the date of the return of the writs of the last election. Question 123. Which of the following is not a valid form of identification to vote in a Canadian federal election? A. Driver's license. B. Student ID card. C. Utility bill. D. Social insurance number card. Answer D. Social insurance number card. The social insurance number card is not on the list of acceptable ID to prove identity and address as set by Elections Canada. Question 124. Who is responsible for administering federal elections in Canada? A. The Governor-General. B. Elections Canada. C. The Canadian Electoral Council. D. The Parliament of Canada. Answer B. Elections Canada. Elections Canada is the non-partisan agency responsible for administering Canadian federal elections and referendums. Question 125. In a federal election, what does a Canadian vote for? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. A member of Parliament for their local constituency. D. The Premier of their province. Answer C. A member of Parliament for their local constituency. Canadians do not directly vote for the Prime Minister, but instead vote for a representative in their local electoral district, known as a Member of Parliament, MP. Question 126. Which political party was led by Canada's first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald? A. Liberal Party. B. Conservative Party. C. New Democratic Party. D. Green Party. Answer B. Conservative Party, Sir John A. Macdonald was the first leader of the Conservative Party and served as the first Prime Minister of Canada. Question 127. What is the political ideology typically associated with the New Democratic Party, NDP, of Canada? A. Conservatism. B. Liberalism. C. Social democracy. D. Libertarianism. Answer C. Social democracy. The NDP is known for its social democratic ideology, advocating for policies like universal health care, environmental protection, and workers' rights. Question 128. Which Canadian political party is known for its focus on environmental issues and sustainability? A. Liberal Party. B. Conservative Party. C. People's Party. D. Green Party. Answer D. Green Party. The Green Party of Canada places a significant emphasis on environmental issues, green economics, and sustainability. Question 129. As of your knowledge cutoff in April 2023, which party is considered the official opposition in the Canadian Parliament? A. Liberal Party. B. Conservative Party. C. New Democratic Party. D. Bloc Québécois. Answer B. Conservative Party. The official opposition is usually the party with the second highest number of seats in the House of Commons, which, as of the last known data, was the Conservative Party. Question 130. Which Canadian political party has a strong focus on Quebec nationalism? A. Quebec Liberal Party. B. Conservative Party of Canada. C. New Democratic Party. D. Bloc Québécois. Answer D. Bloc Québécois. The Bloc Québécois is a federal political party that promotes Quebec nationalism and the interests of Quebecers in the House of Commons. Question 131. What is the minimum age to vote in a Canadian federal election? A. 16. B. 18. C. 21. D. 25. Answer B. 18. In Canada, the legal voting age for federal elections is 18 years old. Question 132. Which group of Canadians was given the right to vote in federal elections in 1960? A. Women. B. Indigenous people. C. 18-year-old citizens. D. Non-citizens with permanent residency. Answer B. Indigenous people. It was not until 1960 that all Indigenous people in Canada were granted the right to vote in federal elections. Question 133. What is one of the responsibilities of Canadian citizens during federal elections besides voting? A. Serving as an election officer if called upon. B. Donating to a political party. C. Attending political rallies. D. Writing letters to candidates. Answer A. Serving as an election officer if called upon. Canadian citizens have the responsibility to serve in various capacities during elections if called upon, such as working at polling stations. Question 134. Which piece of identification is not accepted when voting in a Canadian federal election? A. Driver's license. B. Student ID card. C. Canadian passport. D. Health card with a photo. Answer B. Student ID card. A student ID card is not considered valid identification for voting in federal elections in Canada. Question 135. How often are federal elections held in Canada under normal circumstances? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. Every 6 years. Answer C. Every 5 years. By law, federal elections are scheduled to take place every 5 years in Canada. Question 136. What can Canadian voters request if they cannot vote on Election Day? A. A postal vote. B. A phone vote. C. An email vote. D. A proxy vote. Answer A. A postal vote. Canadian voters who are unable to vote on Election Day can request a mail-in ballot to vote by post. Question 137. Who is entitled to vote in a Canadian federal election? A. Any resident of Canada. B. Canadian citizens only. C. Anyone over the age of 18. D. All North American citizens. Answer B. Canadian citizens only. Only Canadian citizens are entitled to vote in federal elections, regardless of their place of residence. Question 138. When did Canadian women gain the right to vote in federal elections? A. 1916. B. 1918. C. 1920. D. 1925. Answer B. 1918. Canadian women gained the federal right to vote in 1918, though this right was implemented at different times across provinces. Question 139. What is the principle of one person, one vote intended to protect? A. The economy. B. Equality in voting power. C. The rights of minorities. D. The number of political parties. Answer B. Equality in voting power. The principle ensures that each person's vote has equal value in affecting the election's outcome. Question 140. In which month do Canadian federal elections typically take place? A. January. B. May. C. October. D. December. Answer C. October. While there is no fixed date, Canadian federal elections typically occur in October, as with the 2019 and 2015 general elections. Question 141. What is the highest court in Canada? A. The Federal Court of Canada. B. The Supreme Court of Canada. C. The Court of Appeal for Canada. D. The Provincial Superior Courts. Answer B. The Supreme Court of Canada. It is the highest court and the final court of appeal in the Canadian justice system. Question 142. How is the Prime Minister of Canada chosen? A. Direct vote by the people. B. Appointment by the Governor General. C. The leader of the party with the most seats in the House of Commons. D. Selection by the Senate. Answer C. The leader of the party with the most seats in the House of Commons. The Governor General usually appoints the leader of the majority party as the Prime Minister. Question 143. What are the two houses of the Parliament of Canada? A. The Senate and the House of Representatives. B. The House of Commons and the Federal Assembly. C. The Senate and the House of Commons. D. The Legislative Assembly and the Senate. Answer C. The Senate and the House of Commons. These are the two chambers that make up Canada's bicameral parliament. Question 144. Who is the representative of the monarch in Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor General. C. The Chief Justice. D. The Speaker of the House. Answer B. The Governor General. This role acts as the monarch's representative at the federal level in Canada. Question 145. How many members are there in the Canadian Senate? A. 93. B. 105. C. 338. D. 75. Answer B. 105. The Senate of Canada is composed of 105 senators appointed by the Governor General on the advice of the Prime Minister. Question 146. Which principle best describes the Canadian federal government's division of powers? A. Unitary system. B. Confederal system. C. Federalism. D. Parliamentary system. Answer C. Federalism. This system divides powers between the national government and the provincial governments. Question 147. Who has the power to introduce tax laws in Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Senate. C. The House of Commons. D. The Governor General. Answer C. The House of Commons. Tax laws must be introduced in the House of Commons due to the financial initiative of the Crown. Question 148. How often must federal elections be held in Canada according to the Constitution? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. When the Prime Minister calls for it. Answer C. Every 5 years. The Constitution Act of 1982 requires that an election be held at least once every 5 years. Question 149. Which role is responsible for the federal administration in Canada? A. The Governor General. B. The Queen. C. The Cabinet. D. The Supreme Court. Answer C. The Cabinet. The Cabinet, headed by the Prime Minister, is responsible for the federal administration and the execution of government policy. Question 150. What is the role of the official opposition in Canada? A. To pass legislation. B. To support government initiatives. C. To critique government policies. D. To elect the Prime Minister. Answer C. To critique government policies. The official opposition is responsible for challenging and reviewing the government's actions and policies. Question 151. Who is Canada's head of state? A. Prime Minister. B. Governor General. C. President. D. Monarch. Answer D. Monarch. The monarch of the United Kingdom is also the head of state of Canada, a role that is largely ceremonial in the Canadian federal system. Question 152. What is the role of the Governor General in Canada's federal system? A. Leading the opposition party. B. Representing the provinces. C. Acting as the monarch's representative. D. Serving as the head of government. Answer: Acting as the monarch's representative. The Governor-General acts on behalf of the monarch in Canada and performs various ceremonial duties. Question 153. How does the monarchy in Canada play a role in the legislative process? A. Introducing bills to the Parliament. B. Signing bills into law. C. Voting on legislation. D. Drafting legislation. Answer B. Signing bills into law. Royal assent is given by the Governor-General as the monarch's representative, which is the final step in the legislative process for a bill to become law in Canada. Question 154. During a royal visit to Canada, what is a primary role of the monarch or their representatives? A. Leading military operations. B. Engaging in diplomatic negotiations. C. Participating in ceremonial events. D. Making decisions about internal provincial matters. Answer C. Participating in ceremonial events. The monarch or their representatives often partake in important ceremonial events that affirm the historical and constitutional ties between Canada and the monarchy. Question 155. What is one of the formal duties of the Governor-General during the opening of Parliament? A. Presenting the federal budget. B. Appointing the Prime Minister. C. Delivering the speech from the throne. D. Voting on proposed legislation. Answer C. Delivering the speech from the throne. The Governor-General delivers the speech from the throne, which outlines the government's agenda for the upcoming parliamentary session. Question 156. What is the primary principle behind federalism in Canada? A. Centralizing all powers within the national government. B. Dividing powers between the provincial and territorial governments. C. Allocating all powers to the provincial governments. D. Eliminating provincial boundaries for legislative purposes. Answer B. Dividing powers between the provincial and territorial governments. Federalism in Canada is characterized by the division of powers between the national government and the provincial/territorial governments, each with its own jurisdiction. Question 157. Which document outlines the division of powers between the federal and provincial governments in Canada? A. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. B. The Constitution Act, 1867. C. The Meech Lake Accord. D. The British North America Act. Answer B. The Constitution Act, 1867. This foundational document, originally known as the British North America Act, established the division of powers between the federal and provincial governments in Canada. Question 158. Which area of jurisdiction is exclusively managed by the federal government in Canada? A. Education. B. Healthcare. C. Defense. D. Municipal government. Answer C. Defense. Defense is an exclusive jurisdiction of the federal government, while areas such as education and healthcare are primarily under provincial jurisdiction. Question 159. In Canada's federal system, which power allows the federal government to pass laws that are for the peace, order, and good government of Canada? A. Emergency power. B. Residual power. C. Disallowance power. D. POGG power. Answer D. POGG power. The peace, order, and good government, POGG. Power gives the federal government the authority to legislate in areas not explicitly assigned to the provinces. Question 160. How are conflicts between federal and provincial laws resolved in Canada? A. Provincial laws always take precedence. B. Federal laws always take precedence. C. The matter is resolved by a referendum. D. Provincial laws take precedence unless it involves criminal law. Answer B. Federal laws always take precedence. According to the principle of federal paramountcy, when federal and provincial laws are in conflict, federal laws supersede provincial laws. Question 161. What is the highest court in Canada? A. The Federal Court. B. The Supreme Court of Canada. C. The Court of Appeal. D. The Provincial Court. Answer B. The Supreme Court of Canada. It is the final court of appeal, the last judicial resort for all litigants, whether individuals or governments. Question 162. Which section of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees the right to counsel? A. Section 7. B. Section 8. C. Section 10. D. Section 11. Answer C. Section 10. This section specifically states that everyone has the right on arrest or detention to retain and instruct counsel without delay. Question 163. What legal principle is upheld when the courts apply the Charter to review the actions of government bodies? A. Federal paramountcy. B. Judicial independence. C. Judicial review. D. The rule of law. Answer C. Judicial review. This is the doctrine under which legislative and executive actions are subject to review by the judiciary. Question 164. Who appoints judges to the Supreme Court of Canada? A. The Governor-General. B. The Prime Minister. C. The Attorney General. D. The Minister of Justice. Answer B. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister nominates judges for appointment to the Supreme Court. Question 165. What is the role of the Attorney General of Canada? A. To enforce provincial laws. B. To provide legal advice to the Prime Minister. C. To oversee federal prosecution services. D. To appoint provincial judges. Answer C. To oversee federal prosecution services. The Attorney General is responsible for the conduct of all criminal prosecutions and for providing legal advice to the government. Question 166. In Canada's legal system, what is the principle of stare decisis concerned with? A. The division of powers. B. The right to a fair trial. C. The use of precedents in legal decisions. D. The enforcement of federal statutes. Answer C. The use of precedents in legal decisions. Stare decisis is a Latin term meaning to stand by things decided, referring to the practice of using previous judicial decisions as a basis for deciding similar future cases. Question 167. Which of the following is not a recognized level of court in Canada? A. The Tax Court of Canada. B. The Family Court of Canada. C. The Court of Queen's Bench. D. The Superior Court. Answer B. The Family Court of Canada. There is no such federal court. Family law is within provincial jurisdiction, with each province having its own court system to handle such matters. Question 168. What does the term double jeopardy refer to in the context of the Canadian justice system? A. Being tried twice for the same crime. B. Having two different courts with the same level of authority. C. A judicial decision that conflicts with another decision. D. The use of two different sets of laws for the same matter. Answer. A. Being tried twice for the same crime. Double jeopardy is a procedural defense that prevents an accused person from being tried again on the same charges following a valid acquittal or conviction. Question 169. The Constitution Act of 1867 divided the administration of justice between which two levels of government? A. Federal and municipal. B. Provincial and territorial. C. Federal and provincial. D. Municipal and territorial. Answer C. Federal and provincial. The Constitution Act of 1867 outlines the division of justice administration between the federal government and the provinces. Question 170. In Canada, what is the primary function of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or CMP? A. To enforce municipal bylaws. B. To conduct provincial prosecutions. C. To serve as the federal and national police force. D. to interpret the Constitution. Answer C. To serve as the federal and national police force. The RCMP is Canada's national police service and an agency of the Ministry of Public Safety Canada. Question 171. What animal is featured on the coat of arms of Canada? A. Lion. B. Beaver. C. Moose. D. Eagle. Answer B. Beaver. The beaver is an official symbol of Canada and is featured on the coat of arms, representing the country's sovereignty and history in the fur trade. Question 172. What is the main color of the flag of the province of Quebec? A. Red. B. Blue. C. Green. D. Yellow. Answer B. Blue. The flag of Quebec, known as the fleur de lis, primarily features blue with a white cross and 4 white fleurs de lis. Question 173. Which symbol is not part of the Canadian National Vimy Memorial? A. Maple leaf. B. Sword. C. Torch. D. Fleur de lis. Answer D. Fleur de lis. The Canadian National Vimy Memorial does not include the fleur de lis. Instead, it features maple leaves, swords, and a torch, symbolizing Canada's sacrifices during the First World War. Question 174. The flag of which Canadian territory features an Inukshuk? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. Alberta. Answer C. Nunavut. The flag of Nunavut features an Inukshuk, which is a stone landmark or cairn used by the Inuit and other peoples of the Arctic region of North America. Question 175. What flower is the national emblem of Canada? A. Trillium. B. Rose. C. Tulip. D. Maple leaf. Answer D. Maple leaf. While not a flower, the maple leaf is the national emblem of Canada, representing unity, tolerance, and peace. It is also prominently featured on the Canadian flag. Question 176. What is the title of Canada's national anthem? A. O Canada. B. God Save the Queen. C. The Maple Leaf Forever. D. Canada, My Canada. Answer A. O Canada. O Canada is the national anthem of Canada, officially adopted in 1980. Question 177. Which of the following songs was proposed as a potential national anthem due to its patriotic theme? A. Farewell to Nova Scotia. B. Northwest Passage. C. The Maple Leaf Forever. D. Alberta Bound. Answer C. The Maple Leaf Forever. The Maple Leaf Forever was considered for the national anthem due to its patriotic celebration of the maple leaf, a national symbol of Canada. Question 178. Who wrote the original French lyrics to O Canada? A. Calixa Lavallée. B. Adolphe Basile Routhier. C. Stanley Weir. D. Leonard Cohen. Answer E. Adolphe Basile Routhier. The original French lyrics were written by Adolphe Basile Routhier in 1880. Question 179. God Save the Queen is played in Canada to honor which figure? A. The Prime Minister of Canada. B. The Governor-General of Canada. C. The Monarch of the United Kingdom. D. The President of France. Answer C. The Monarch of the United Kingdom, God Save the Queen, is played to honor the Monarch of the United Kingdom, who is also Canada's head of state. Question 180. Which song is often considered Canada's second national anthem due to its popularity and patriotic tone? A. This Land is Your Land. B. Canada, the Centennial Song. C. Northwest Passage. D. A Place to Stand, a Place to Grow. Answer C. Northwest Passage. Northwest Passage by Stan Rogers is often regarded as Canada's unofficial second anthem due to its reflection on Canadian history and identity. Question 181. What day is Canada Day, which celebrates the Confederation of Canada? A. July 1. B. May 21. C. December 25. D. October 31. Answer. A. July 1. Canada Day marks the anniversary of the Confederation of Canada, when the British North America Act came into effect on July 1, 1867. Question 182. Which holiday is celebrated on the second Monday of October to give thanks for the harvest and other blessings of the past year? A. Victoria Day. B. Canada Day. C. Thanksgiving. D. Labor Day. Answer. C. Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving is a time for people to give thanks for a good harvest and other fortunes in the past year. Question 183. Remembrance Day is observed on November 11th. What is its significance? A. The end of the War of 1812. B. The birth of the first Prime Minister of Canada. C. The end of World War I. D. The signing of the Constitution Act of 1982. Answer. C. The end of World War I. Remembrance Day commemorates the armistice ending World War I and honors those who served. Question 184. Which holiday, observed on the first Monday in September, recognizes the contributions of workers? A. Family Day. B. Boxing Day. C. Labor Day. D. Civic Holiday. Answer. C. Labor Day. This holiday celebrates the achievements of workers and the labor movement. Question 185. National Indigenous Peoples Day is celebrated in Canada on which date? A. June 21. B. August 9. C. September 30. D. November 16. Answer. A. June 21. National Indigenous Peoples Day is a day recognizing and celebrating the cultures and contributions of the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis Indigenous peoples of Canada. Question 186. Which communication system, essential in today's society, was invented by a Canadian? A. The Internet. B. The telephone. C. The radio. D. Email. Answer. B. The telephone. Alexander Graham Bell, who was living in Canada at the time, invented the telephone, with the first successful demonstration taking place in 1876. Question 187. Which medical breakthrough, critical to managing diabetes, was co-discovered by Canadian Frederick Banting? A. The polio vaccine. B. Magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. C. Insulin. D. Penicillin. Answer. C. Insulin. Frederick Banting and Charles Best co-discovered insulin in 1921 at the University of Toronto, which has saved countless lives since. Question 188. Which sports equipment, integral to a popular winter sport, was first developed in Canada? A. The basketball. B. The hockey mask. C. The football helmet. D. The modern running shoe. Answer. B. The hockey mask. The first goaltender mask was worn by Jacques Plante in 1959, revolutionizing safety in ice hockey. Question 189. The discovery of stem cells, which has opened doors to new medical therapies, was made by two scientists at which Canadian university? A. University of British Columbia. B. University of Toronto. C. McGill University. D. University of Alberta. Answer. B. University of Toronto. James Till and Ernest McCulloch discovered stem cells at the University of Toronto in the 1960s. Question 190. The Canadarm, a robotic arm used in space missions, was a significant contribution by Canada to which program? A. The Apollo program. B. The Space Shuttle program. C. The International Space Station. D. The Mars Rover program. Answer. B. The Space Shuttle Program. The Canadarm was first used on the Space Shuttle Columbia in 1981 and has been a critical tool in numerous space missions. Question 191. Which Canadian province is known for having the most freshwater lakes? A. Alberta. B. Ontario. C. Quebec. D. British Columbia. Answer B. Ontario. Ontario is known for having the most lakes of any Canadian province, with over 250,000 lakes, which contain about one-fifth of the world's fresh water. Question 192. What is the name of the mountain range that runs along the western coast of Canada? A. The Appalachian Mountains. B. The Rocky Mountains. C. The Sierra Nevada. D. The Coast Mountains. Answer B. The Rocky Mountains. The Rockies run along the western coast of Canada and extend into the United States. Question 193. Which Canadian territory is the largest by land area? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. Quebec. Answer C. Nunavut. Nunavut is the largest territory in Canada, covering a significant portion of the country's Arctic region and northern Canada. Question 194. The Great Bear Lake, one of the largest lakes in Canada, is situated in which territory? A. Alberta. B. Northwest Territories. C. Yukon. D. Nunavut. Answer B. Northwest Territories. The Great Bear Lake is located in the Northwest Territories and is the largest lake entirely within Canada. Question 195. What is the dominant physical feature of the Canadian Shield? A. Fertile farmlands. B. Dense rainforests. C. Rugged mountains. D. Precambrian rocks. Answer D. Precambrian rocks. The Canadian Shield is known for its vast areas of exposed Precambrian igneous and metamorphic rocks, which form one of the oldest geologic regions. Question 196. The Bay of Fundy, famous for having the highest tides in the world, is located between which two provinces? A. Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. B. British Columbia and Alberta. C. Quebec and Ontario. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer A. Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. The Bay of Fundy is situated between these two provinces and is renowned for its extremely high tidal range. Question 197. What is the most predominant biome in Canada? A. Tropical rainforest. B. Desert. C. Boreal forest, taiga. D. Temperate forest. Answer C. Boreal forest, taiga. The boreal forest covers a large portion of Canada, representing the largest biome in the country. Question 198. Which Canadian city is known as the Gateway to the North? A. Edmonton. B. Toronto. C. Vancouver. D. Montreal. Answer A. Edmonton. Edmonton is often referred to as the Gateway to the North due to its location and being a staging point for large-scale oil sands projects in northern Alberta and large-scale diamond mining operations in the Northwest Territories. Question 199. Cape Spear, located in Newfoundland and Labrador, holds what geographical distinction? A. The easternmost point of Canada. B. The westernmost point of Canada. C. The northernmost point of Canada. D. The southernmost point of Canada. Answer A. The easternmost point of Canada. Cape Spear is the easternmost point in Canada and North America. Question 200. The prairie region of Canada is best known for which type of landscape? A. Mountainous terrain. B. Tropical rainforests. C. Extensive grasslands. D. Large urban centers. Answer C. Extensive grasslands. The Canadian prairies are known for their vast, fertile grasslands, which are a significant area for agriculture, particularly in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Question 201. Which is the most populous province in Canada? A. British Columbia. B. Quebec. C. Ontario. D. Alberta. Answer C. Ontario. Ontario is the most populous province in Canada, with a significant percentage of the population living in the Greater Toronto Area. Question 202. What is the capital city of Saskatchewan? A. Edmonton. B. Regina. C. Saskatoon. D. Winnipeg. Answer E. Regina. The capital city of Saskatchewan is Regina. Question 203. Which Canadian province is the only one with a predominantly French-speaking population? A. New Brunswick. B. Ontario. C. Quebec. D. Manitoba. Answer C. Quebec. Quebec is known for its predominantly French-speaking population and distinct Francophone culture. Question 204. Which territory was created in 1999, becoming Canada's newest territory? A. Yukon. B. Nunavut. C. Northwest Territories. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer B. Nunavut. Nunavut was established in 1999, carved out of the eastern part of the Northwest Territories, becoming Canada's newest territory. Question 205. Which province is known as Canada's Ocean Playground? A. Prince Edward Island. B. Nova Scotia. C. New Brunswick. D. British Columbia. Answer B. Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is known as Canada's Ocean Playground due to its scenic coastlines and maritime culture. Question 206. The only landlocked province in Canada is A. Alberta. B. Saskatchewan. C. Manitoba. D. Both A and B. Answer D. Both A and B. Alberta and Saskatchewan are the only landlocked provinces in Canada. Question 207. Which province has the longest coastline in Canada? A. Quebec. B. Newfoundland and Labrador. C. British Columbia. D. Nova Scotia. Answer B. Newfoundland and Labrador. With the inclusion of its numerous islands, Newfoundland and Labrador has the longest coastline in Canada. Question 208. What is the smallest province in Canada by land area? A. Nova Scotia. B. New Brunswick. C. Prince Edward Island. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer C. Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island is the smallest province in Canada in terms of land area. Question 209. The capital city of Canada, Ottawa, is located in which province? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. Manitoba. Answer A. Ontario. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada and is located in the province of Ontario. Question 210. Which Canadian province is home to the largest number of lakes? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Manitoba. D. Saskatchewan. Answer A. Ontario. Ontario is home to a large number of lakes, including the Great Lakes, which it shares with the United States and other Canadian provinces. Question 211. Which Canadian city is known as the City of Saints? A. Toronto. B. Vancouver. C. Montreal. D. Halifax. Answer C. Montreal. Montreal is often referred to as the City of Saints or Ville Marie because of the numerous saints named in its history and locations. Question 212. What is the capital city of Canada? A. Toronto. B. Ottawa. C. Edmonton. D. Calgary. Answer B. Ottawa. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada. Question 213. Which Canadian city is the largest in terms of population? A. Calgary. B. Toronto. C. Montreal. D. Vancouver. Answer B. Toronto. Toronto is the largest city in Canada by population. Question 214. Which city is considered Canada's financial hub? A. Montreal. B. Vancouver. C. Toronto. D. Ottawa. Answer C. Toronto. Toronto is considered the financial capital of Canada, housing the Toronto Stock Exchange and the headquarters of numerous banks and corporations. Question 215. Which city is the capital of the province of Alberta? A. Calgary. B. Edmonton. C. Red Deer. D. Lethbridge. Answer B. Edmonton. Edmonton is the capital city of Alberta. Question 216. Which city is famous for its historic port and is the capital of Nova Scotia? A. Dartmouth. B. Halifax. C. Sydney. D. Truro. Answer B. Halifax. Halifax is known for its rich maritime history and is the capital of Nova Scotia. Question 217. What is the largest city in the province of Quebec? A. Montreal. B. Quebec City. C. Gatineau. D. Laval. Answer A. Montreal. Montreal is the largest city in Quebec. Question 218. Which city is known as the Gateway to the North and is the capital of Saskatchewan? A. Regina. B. Saskatoon. C. Prince Albert. D. Moose Jaw. Answer A. Regina. Regina is the capital of Saskatchewan and is an important cultural and commercial center for the province. Question 219. Which of the following cities is located in the province of British Columbia? A. Vancouver. B. Winnipeg. C. Hamilton. D. St. John's. Answer A. Vancouver. Vancouver is a major city on the west coast of Canada in the province of British Columbia. Question 220. Which city hosts the famous Calgary Stampede, an annual rodeo, exhibition, and festival? A. Edmonton. B. Calgary. C. Lethbridge. D. Red Deer. Answer B. Calgary. The Calgary Stampede is a world-renowned event held annually in Calgary, Alberta. Question 221. Which Canadian province is the largest producer of oil and gas? A. Ontario. B. Alberta. C. Quebec. D. British Columbia. Answer B. Alberta. Alberta is Canada's largest oil and gas producer, home to the country's vast oil sands and conventional oil fields. Question 222. In which region of Canada is the majority of gold mining activity located? A. The Canadian Shield. B. The Great Plains. C. The Rocky Mountains. D. The Appalachian region. Answer A. The Canadian Shield. The Canadian Shield is known for its rich mineral deposits, including significant quantities of gold. Question 223. Which Canadian province is the leading producer of hydroelectric power? A. Manitoba. B. Ontario. C. Quebec. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer C. Quebec. Quebec is the leading producer of hydroelectric power in Canada, thanks to its numerous large-scale hydroelectric stations. Question 224. What is British Columbia's most valuable natural resource industry? A. Oil and gas. B. Mining. C. Forestry. D. Fisheries. Answer C. Forestry. British Columbia's vast forests make it Canada's leader in lumber and other forestry products. Question 225. The Athabasca oil sands are well known for which type of resource extraction? A. Coal mining. B. Natural gas fracking. C. Bitumen. D. Uranium mining. Answer C. Bitumen. The Athabasca oil sands are one of the world's largest deposits of bitumen, which is extracted and processed into crude oil. Question 226. Which Canadian industry is known as the country's high-tech sector powerhouse? A. Automotive in Ontario. B. Aerospace in Quebec. C. Information technology in British Columbia. D. Biotechnology in Manitoba. Answer B. Aerospace in Quebec. Quebec has a significant aerospace industry, with Montreal being one of the world's largest aerospace hubs. Question 227. Which of these Canadian cities is recognized as a major financial center? A. Calgary. B. Toronto. C. Vancouver. D. Halifax. Answer B. Toronto. Toronto is known as the financial capital of Canada, hosting the Toronto Stock Exchange and the headquarters of numerous banks and financial institutions. Question 228. Canada's Silicon Valley North refers to which region's technological innovation and industry growth? A. Kitchener-Waterloo in Ontario. B. Silicon Valley in British Columbia. C. Technopolis in Quebec. D. Discovery District in Toronto. Answer A. Kitchener-Waterloo in Ontario. The Kitchener-Waterloo region is often referred to as Silicon Valley North due to its high concentration of tech companies and startups. Question 229. Which Canadian province is known for its large fishing industry, historically a cornerstone of its economy? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Newfoundland and Labrador. D. British Columbia. Answer C. Newfoundland and Labrador. Newfoundland and Labrador have a significant fishing industry, which has been an economic mainstay for centuries. Question 230. What sector is considered a major growth driver for the prairie provinces? Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. A. Textiles. B. Agriculture. C. Electronics. D. Shipbuilding. Answer B. Agriculture. The prairie provinces are known for their vast agricultural lands, which make agriculture a key driver of their economic growth. Question 231. What is Canada's largest export commodity? A. Automotive products. B. Crude oil. C. Lumber and timber. D. Precious metals. Answer B. Crude oil. Canada is one of the world's largest producers of crude oil, which is its largest export commodity, primarily to the United States. Question 232. Which country is Canada's largest trading partner? A. China. B. United Kingdom. C. United States. D. Japan. Answer Eek. United States. The United States is by far Canada's largest trading partner, accounting for a significant percentage of its trade. Question 233. Canada is part of which major free trade agreement? A. European Union-Canada Free Trade Agreement. B. United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. C. Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. D. Canada-India Free Trade Agreement. Answer B. United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. This agreement replaced the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, and governs economic trade between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Question 234. Which Canadian industry benefits the most from international trade and services? A. Education. B. Healthcare. C. Tourism. D. Telecommunications. Answer C. Tourism. Canada's diverse landscapes and cultural attractions make tourism a significant industry that benefits from international trade and services. Question 235. What is one of the main reasons Canada engages in trade with countries from all over the world? A. To maintain its military alliances. B. To enhance its political influence. C. To diversify its economic partners. D. To import more consumer goods than it exports. Answer: C. To diversify its economic partners. Trade diversification is a strategy to reduce economic dependence on any single market and to tap into growth in global markets. Question 236. What is the name of Canada's currency? A. Dollar. B. Pound. C. Euro. D. Yen. Answer: A. Dollar. The Canadian currency is known as the Canadian dollar, CAD. Question 237. Which Canadian figure is featured on the current $10 banknote? A. Queen Elizabeth II. B. Sir John A. Macdonald. C. Viola Desmond. D. Wilfrid Laurier. Answer: C. Viola Desmond. Viola Desmond is featured on the Canadian $10 note as of the latest series, in recognition of her stand against racial segregation in the 1940s. Question 238. What is the smallest denomination of coin in Canadian currency currently in circulation? A. 1 cent. B. 5 cents. C. 10 cents. D. 25 cents. Answer: B. 5 cents. The 1 cent coin, or penny, was phased out of circulation in 2013, making the 5 cent coin, or nickel, the smallest. Question 239. What animal is depicted on the Canadian quarter? A. Beaver. B. Loon. C. Caribou. D. Polar bear. Answer: C. Caribou. The Canadian quarter, or 25-cent coin, features a caribou. Question 240. The Canadian $2 coin is colloquially known as the A. Double. B. Toonie. C. Deuce. D. 20. Answer: B. Toonie. The Canadian $2 coin is commonly referred to as the toonie. Question 241. What are the two official languages of Canada? A. English and Spanish. B. English and French. C. French and Inuktitut. D. English and Mandarin. Answer: B. English and French. Canada is officially bilingual at the federal level, with English and French recognized as the official languages. Question 242. In which Canadian province is French the only official language? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. New Brunswick. D. Manitoba. Answer: B. Quebec. Quebec is the only province in Canada where French is the sole official language. Question 243. The Canadian government recognizes several Indigenous languages as significant to the country's culture. Which of these is not one of them? A. Cree. B. Ojibwe. C. Inuktitut. D. Latin. Answer: D. Latin. Latin is not an Indigenous language of Canada, while Cree, Ojibwe, and Inuktitut are recognized as significant Indigenous languages. Question 244. Which of the following language rights is protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? A. The right to receive education in any language. B. The right to receive federal government services in English or French. C. The right to speak any language in public. D. The right to have any language be made official. Answer: B. The right to receive federal government services in English or French. The Charter protects the right to communicate with and receive services from the federal government in either official language. Question 245. Which territory has Inuktitut as an official language along with English and French? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer C. Nunavut. Inuktitut is an official language in Nunavut alongside English and French. Question 246. What is the main language spoken in the Canadian territory of Nunavut? A. Inuktitut. B. English. C. French. D. Cree. Answer A. Inuktitut. Inuktitut is the primary language spoken by the Inuit in Nunavut. Question 247. Which city is known for its bilingualism, with a significant proportion of the population fluent in both English and French? A. Toronto. B. Vancouver. C. Montreal. D. Calgary. Answer C. Montreal. Montreal is well known for its large bilingual population, speaking both English and French. Question 248. What is the term for a person who can speak two languages fluently? A. Multilingual. B. Bilingual. C. Polyglot. D. Linguist. Answer B. Bilingual. A bilingual person is someone who can speak two languages fluently. Question 249. Which of these languages is taught as a second language in many schools across Canada due to its official language status? A. German. B. Mandarin. C. French. D. Italian. Answer C. French. As one of the two official languages of Canada, French is commonly taught as a second language in schools. Question 250. The promotion of which two languages is a fundamental policy of the Canadian government, as stated in the Official Languages Act? A. English and Spanish. B. English and Italian. C. English and French. D. English and German. Answer C. English and French. The promotion of English and French bilingualism is a fundamental policy as outlined in the Official Languages Act. Question 251. Who is considered the father of Canadian poetry? A. Leonard Cohen. B. Charles G. D. Roberts. C. Duncan Campbell Scott. D. Michael Ondach. Answer B. Charles G. D. Roberts. Sir Charles George Douglas Roberts was one of the first Canadian poets to gain international fame, thus earning him the title Father of Canadian Poetry. Question 252. Which Canadian author won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013? A. Margaret Atwood. B. Alice Munro. C. Michael Ondach. D. Jan Martel. Answer B. Alice Munro. Alice Munro is known for her masterful short stories and was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013. Question 253. What is the name of the prestigious Canadian Literary Award given annually for the best novel or short story collection published in English? A. The Governor-General's Award. B. The Giller Prize. C. The Canada Reads Award. D. The Writers' Trust Award. Answer B. The Giller Prize. Established by businessman Jack Rabinovich in memory of his late wife Doris Giller, the Giller Prize recognizes excellence in Canadian fiction. Question 254. The group of seven were well-known Canadian. A. Playwrights. B. Poets. C. Painters. D. Novelists. Answer C. Painters. The group of seven were famous for their paintings that initiated a national Canadian style, drawing inspiration from the Canadian landscape. Question 255. Which Canadian city is known for its annual International Film Festival? A. Vancouver. B. Montreal. C. Toronto. D. Ottawa. Answer C. Toronto. The Toronto International Film Festival is one of the largest publicly attended film festivals in the world, attracting over 480,000 people annually. Question 256. Anne of Green Gables, a novel that put Prince Edward Island on the literary map, was written by A. L. M. Montgomery, B. Margaret Lawrence, C. Robertson Davies, D. Mordecai Richler. Answer: A. L. M. Montgomery. Lucy Maud Montgomery wrote the novel Anne of Green Gables, which is set in Prince Edward Island. Question 257. Which Canadian musician is known for the songs Hallelujah and Bird on the Wire? A. Bryan Adams, B. Neil Young, C. Joni Mitchell, D. Leonard Cohen. Answer: D. Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen was a renowned singer-songwriter, known for these and many other influential songs. Question 258. The novel Life of Pi, which was later adapted into an Oscar-winning film, was written by A. Rowington Mystery, B. Yann Martel, C. Alice Munro, D. Margaret Atwood. Answer: B. Yann Martel. The Life of Pi is authored by Yann Martel, which explores themes of spirituality and practicality. Question 259. Which Canadian city is home to the influential contemporary art gallery, the Art Gallery of Ontario? A. Calgary, B. Toronto, C. Halifax, D. Edmonton. Answer: B. Toronto. The Art Gallery of Ontario, located in Toronto, is one of the largest art museums in North America. Question 260. Margaret Atwood, a prolific Canadian author, is best known for which dystopian novel? A. The Handmaid's Tale, B. Oryx and Crake, C. Alias Grace, D. The Blind Assassin. Answer: A. The Handmaid's Tale. Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale is a significant work of dystopian literature that has received widespread acclaim and was adapted into a successful television series. Question 261. Which dish is considered a classic Canadian comfort food, traditionally consisting of French fries, cheese curds, and gravy? A. Butter tart, B. Tourtière, C. Poutine, D. Bannock. Answer: C. Poutine. Poutine is a dish originating from Quebec, typically made with French fries and cheese curds, topped with a brown gravy. Question 262. What is the name of the Canadian dessert pastry that is filled with a butter, sugar, and egg filling? A. Naning au bar, B. Butter tart, C. Beaver tail, D. Maple fudge. Answer: B. Butter tart. The butter tart is a quintessential Canadian dessert, characterized by its flaky pastry shell and sweet, buttery filling. Question 263. Which Canadian food item is known for its association with the holiday season and features a meat pie commonly filled with minced pork, veal, or beef? A. Pea meal bacon, B. Tourtière, C. Jig's dinner, D. Split pea soup. Answer: B. Tourtière. Tourtière is a traditional meat pie from Quebec, often served around Christmas and New Year's, but enjoyed year-round as well. Question 264. Which sweet food item is famously associated with Canada, often used as a flavor or syrup for pancakes and waffles? A. Birch syrup, B. Honey, C. Maple syrup, D. Cane syrup. Answer: C. Maple syrup. Canada is the world's largest producer of maple syrup, and it is a staple in Canadian cuisine. Question 265. What is the name of the fried dough pastry that is individually hand-stretched to resemble the tail of a beaver? A. Timbits, B. Butter tart, C. Beaver tail, D. Naning au bar. Answer: C. Beaver tail. Beaver tails are a popular Canadian treat, shaped like the tail of a beaver and often topped with sweet condiments. Question 266. Which sport is considered the national winter sport of Canada? A. Basketball. B. Curling. C. Ice hockey. D. Lacrosse. Answer: C. Ice hockey. Ice hockey is known as Canada's national winter sport and has a significant impact on Canadian culture. Question 267. In which year did the city of Calgary host the Winter Olympics? A. 1988. B. 1992. C. 1998. D. 2002. Answer: A. 1988. Calgary hosted the XV Olympic Winter Games in 1988, which was a significant event for Canada in sports history. Question 268. Which Canadian city is home to the famous Formula One race, the Canadian Grand Prix? A. Toronto. B. Montreal. C. Vancouver. D. Ottawa. Answer: B. Montreal. The Canadian Grand Prix is held in Montreal, Quebec, and is one of the most popular sporting events in the country. Question 269. What is the name of the professional basketball team from Toronto that joined the NBA in 1995? A. Toronto Huskies. B. Toronto Raptors. C. Toronto Towers. D. Toronto Titans. Answer: B. Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors are the professional basketball team based in Toronto that joined the NBA in 1995. Question 270. Who is known as the Great One in the world of hockey and is considered one of the greatest hockey players of all time? A. Sidney Crosby. B. Mario Lemieux. C. Wayne Gretzky. D. Gordie Howe. Answer: C. Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky is nicknamed the Great One and is widely considered to be the greatest hockey player of all time. Question 271. What is the name of the elite Special Operations Force of the Canadian Armed Forces? A. GTF-2, Joint Task Force 2. B. DEVGRU. C. SAS, Special Air Service. D. Delta Force. Answer: A. GTF-2, Joint Task Force 2. GTF-2 is the Canadian Armed Forces Elite Special Operations Unit responsible for a broad range of missions, which include counterterrorism and hostage rescue. Question 272. When was the Canadian Armed Forces officially established? A. 1867. B. 1910. C. 1920. D. 1968. Answer: D. 1968. The Canadian Armed Forces were unified into a single service, the Canadian Armed Forces, on February 1, 1968. Question 273. What is the primary reserve force of the Canadian Army called? A. The National Guard. B. The Royal Reserve. C. The Primary Reserve. D. The Canadian Rangers. Answer: C. The Primary Reserve. The Primary Reserve is the part-time component of the Canadian Armed Forces and provides trained individuals to support the regular forces. Question 274. Which of the following operations is a standing task of the Canadian Armed Forces? A. Operation CARIBV. B. Operation LENTUS. C. Operation NANOA. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Operation CARIBB is part of the Canadian contribution to the multinational campaign against illicit trafficking by organized crime in the Caribbean Basin and the Eastern Pacific Ocean. Operation LENTUS is the Canadian Armed Forces (CAF) response to natural disasters in Canada, and Operation NANOK is the CAF's signature sovereignty operation in the Arctic. Question 275. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the Canadian Armed Forces? A. The Prime Minister of Canada. B. The Minister of National Defence. C. The Governor-General of Canada. D. The Chief of the Defence Staff. Answer: C. The Governor-General of Canada. The Governor-General of Canada is the representative of the Queen in Canada and serves as Commander-in-Chief of the Canadian Armed Forces in her name. Question 276. What is the primary legislation that governs national security in Canada? A. The Security of Canada Information Sharing Act. B. The National Defence Act. C. The Canadian Security Intelligence Service Act. D. The Anti-Terrorism Act. Answer: C. The Canadian Security Intelligence Service Act. This act establishes the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS, and outlines its role in protecting Canada's national security. Question 277. Which agency is primarily responsible for conducting foreign signals intelligence in Canada? A. Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or CMP. B. Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS. C. Communications Security Establishment, CSE. D. Canada Border Services Agency, CBSA. Answer: C. Communications Security Establishment, CSE. The CSE is responsible for foreign signals intelligence and protecting Canadian electronic information and communication networks. Question 278. In what year was Canada's Anti-Terrorism Act passed? A. 2001. B. 2015. C. 1985. D. 1995. Answer: A. 2001. The Anti-Terrorism Act was passed in response to the September 11 attacks in the United States and aims to combat terrorism and enhance the powers of security agencies in Canada. Question 279. What initiative is aimed at ensuring safety and open access to the cyber systems upon which Canadians rely? A. Cyber Incident Management Framework for Canada. B. Canadian Cyber Protection Strategy. C. Canadian Internet Registration Authority. D. Cyber Secure Canada Certification. Answer: A. Cyber Incident Management Framework for Canada. This framework is designed to improve Canada's resilience to cyber incidents and foster a collaborative approach to respond to and recover from cyber incidents. Question 280. The Integrated Terrorism Assessment Center, ITAC, is part of which Canadian organization? A. Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or CMP. B. Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS. C. Communications Security Establishment, CSE. D. Department of National Defence, DND. Answer: B. Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS. ITAC is housed within CSIS and is responsible for analyzing and evaluating information related to terrorist threats to Canada and Canadian interests. Question 281. What is the primary role of the Canadian Coast Guard? A. Conducting military naval operations. B. Overseeing marine trade regulations. C. Providing maritime search and rescue services. D. Managing national parks. Answer: C. Providing maritime search and rescue services. The Canadian Coast Guard is responsible for search and rescue operations at sea and ensuring the safety of mariners in Canadian waters. Question 282. Which service is responsible for federal policing across Canada? A. Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS. B. Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or CMP. C. Provincial Police Forces. D. Canadian Border Services Agency, CBSA. Answer: B. Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or CMP. The RCMP is the National Police Service of Canada and provides federal, provincial, and municipal policing. Question 283. The 911 emergency system in Canada is used to contact which of the following services? A. Fire, police, and ambulance only. B. Coast Guard and mountain rescue only. C. Fire, police, ambulance, and poison control. D. Fire, police, ambulance, and all utility services. Answer A. Fire, police, and ambulance only. The 911 service is a critical part of Canada's emergency response system for urgent assistance from fire, police, and ambulance services. Question 284. Which of these is a specialized urban search and rescue team in Canada? A. Canadian Disaster Animal Response Team, CDART. B. Disaster Assistance Response Team, DART. C. Chemical, Biological, Radiological, Nuclear, Explosives Team, CBRNE. D. Heavy Urban Search and Rescue, HUSAR. Answer D. Heavy Urban Search and Rescue, HUSAR. HUSAR teams specialize in urban search and rescue operations, particularly in collapsed structures. Question 285. Public Safety Canada is primarily responsible for A. Economic espionage and counterintelligence. B. Coordination of national security and the safety of Canadians. C. Enforcement of immigration laws and policies. D. Providing legal framework for civil and criminal law. Answer B. Coordination of national security and the safety of Canadians. Public Safety Canada coordinates national security and public safety among various federal agencies and departments. Question 286. What is the primary role of the Canadian Armed Forces, CAF, in global security? A. To enforce Canadian trade laws overseas. B. To provide humanitarian aid only. C. To engage in combat operations as a primary objective. D. To support international peace and security through various missions. Answer D. To support international peace and security through various missions. The Canadian Armed Forces engage in operations that range from combat missions to humanitarian aid, with a focus on supporting international peace and security. Question 287. Which international organization is Canada a founding member of, established to promote international cooperation and peace? A. United Nations, UN. B. North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. C. European Union, EU. D. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN. Answer A. United Nations, UN. Canada is a founding member of the United Nations, which was established in 1945 to promote peace, security, and cooperation among countries. Question 288. Canada is part of a cooperative defense plan with the United States known as A. The American Shield. B. NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command. C. The Peacekeeper Pact. D. The Transatlantic Security Organization. Answer B. NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command. NORAD is a joint organization of Canada and the United States that provides aerospace warning, air sovereignty, and defense for Northern America. Question 289. In what year did Canada first participate in a UN peacekeeping mission? A. 1948. B. 1956. C. 1960. D. 1978. Answer A. 1948. Canada's first peacekeeping mission was the United Nations Truce Supervision Organization, UNTSO, in the Middle East in 1948. Question 290. Which Canadian initiative was launched in 1997 to ban the use and transfer of anti-personnel mines globally? A. The Halifax Resolution. B. The Ottawa Treaty. C. The Vancouver Declaration. D. The Toronto Protocol. Answer B. The Ottawa Treaty. The Ottawa Treaty, also known as the Mine Ban Treaty, was spearheaded by Canada to eliminate the use of anti-personnel landmines around the world. Question 291. What is the significance of July 1st, 1867 for Canada? A. It marks the day when Canada became independent from France. B. It is the day when the Confederation of Canada was created. C. It signifies the day when the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms was enacted. D. It commemorates the victory in the Battle of Vimy Ridge. Answer B. July 1st, 1867 is significant because it is the day the Confederation of Canada was created, with the initial union of Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. Question 292. Who is considered the father of Confederation in Canada? A. Louis Riel. B. John A. Macdonald. C. Lester B. Pearson. D. Pierre Trudeau. Answer B. Sir John A. Macdonald is considered the father of Confederation in Canada for his key role in leading the efforts to unite the provinces into a single country. Question 293. Which of the following is an official symbol of Canada? A. The red ensign. B. The maple leaf. C. The beaver. D. Both B and C. Answer D. Both the maple leaf and the beaver are official symbols of Canada. The maple leaf is on the national flag, and the beaver is an official symbol for Canada's sovereignty. Question 294. What are the two official languages of Canada? A. English and Spanish. B. English and French. C. French and Russian. D. English and Chinese. Answer B. The two official languages of Canada are English and French, reflecting the country's history and commitment to bilingualism. Question 295. What is the capital city of Canada? A. Toronto. B. Vancouver. C. Ottawa. D. Montreal. Answer C. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada. Question 296. What are the three levels of government in Canada? A. Municipal, provincial, federal. B. Federal, provincial, territorial. C. Municipal, county, national. D. Community, regional, national. Answer A. Canada has three levels of government: municipal, provincial, and federal. Question 297. Which province was the first to grant voting rights to women? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Manitoba. D. Nova Scotia. Answer C. Manitoba was the first province to grant voting rights to women in 1916. Question 298. What year did the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms become part of the Canadian Constitution? A. 1867. B. 1982. C. 1960. D. 2000. Answer B. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms became part of the Canadian Constitution in 1982. Question 299. What is the role of the Governor-General in Canada? A. To make laws. B. To enforce laws. C. To represent the Queen. D. To lead the military. Answer C. The role of the Governor-General in Canada is to represent the Queen, which includes carrying out ceremonial duties and ensuring the continuous and stable operation of government. Question 300. What does the term responsible government refer to in the Canadian context? A. The government is responsible for providing health care to its citizens. B. The government must have the support of a majority in the House of Commons to pass laws. C. The government is accountable to the Canadian people through regular elections. D. Both B and C. Answer D. Responsible government refers to the government having the support of a majority in the House of Commons to pass laws and being accountable to the Canadian people through regular elections.